Hey guys, it's Riss here. Today we're diving into one of the most misunderstood stories, Find Tobias. In this video, I'm only going to talk about Raphael's mission. MC and Raphael are sent on a mission to find a boy named Tobias, but the deeper this story goes, the more you realize this was never actually about finding Tobias. It's about free will. It's about sacrifice. It's about what it truly means to save someone. By the end of this case, the biggest mystery isn't where Tobias is. The biggest mystery is whether bringing him back was ever the right thing to do. This story completely changes the way we look at life, death, choice, and even the way Raphael loves the people he cares about. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's break down the entire Find Tobias story. Throughout the entire case, every clue, every conversation, and every branching path slowly shifts MC away from solving a mystery and toward understanding another person's heart. It is one of the most philosophical stories in this game because it asks what it really means to save someone. Is saving a person simply keeping them alive, or does it mean respecting the life they choose to live? At the beginning of the story, the Hunters Association sends MC to Vagrant's Land with what seems like a straightforward mission. A young boy named Tobias has disappeared after developing Type N protocore syndrome, a condition that is progressively destroying his body. His father believes that Tobias has been manipulated into hiding and that bringing him home is the only way to save his life. On the surface, this appears to be a rescue mission. Tobias is sick. His condition is worsening. The logical answer seems obvious. Find him before it is too late. When MC and Raphael arrive in Vagrant's Land, however, something immediately feels strange. The community is welcoming, but evasive. Everyone knows Tobias, yet no one gives a direct answer about where he is. Instead, they redirect conversations, offer partial truths, or quietly encourage the visitors to stop searching. The more MC investigates, the clearer it becomes that Tobias is not simply missing. He is being hidden by an entire community that believes they are protecting him. The atmosphere is calm on the surface, but underneath lies secrecy, sacrifice, and a shared determination to honor Tobias's wishes. Among the people protecting Tobias is Ilu, who quickly becomes one of the story's most important characters. At first, Ilu appears kind and cooperative, but eventually MC discovers he has deliberately misled them. One branch, appropriately titled All for Nothing, reveals that Elu intentionally sent them in the wrong direction because he believes outsiders represent a threat to Tobias's freedom. His deception is not motivated by cruelty, it is motivated by loyalty. Elu knows Tobias does not want to be found, so he lies to preserve Tobias's decision. This transforms the story's central conflict. The question is no longer who kidnapped Tobias, but should Tobias be forced to return at all? As the investigation continues, Raphael quietly becomes the story's strategist. While MC focuses on clues and questions, Raphael studies people. He notices inconsistencies in their behavior, reads the emotional atmosphere, and quickly realizes this is not an ordinary disappearance. His calm confidence allows him to dismantle Tobias's assumptions when they finally meet. Instead of arguing or demanding answers, Raphael deliberately disrupts Tobias's expectations, creating enough uncertainty for an honest conversation to begin. Eventually, MC and Raphael finally reach Tobias, and the story completely overturns everything the player believed about the mission. Rather than begging to be rescued, Tobias immediately rejects the idea of returning. He explains that going home would not actually save him. His illness is real, but the proposed treatment would strip away the life he still has. He quietly reveals that the surgery would not truly cure him, and says one of the story's most heartbreaking lines, "Going home means I won't be alive anymore." He then explains that the old man searching for him never truly wanted to save him. Tobias already knows he is dying. What matters to him now is not extending his life, but choosing how he spends the time he has left. This revelation creates one of the story's greatest philosophical conflicts. MC believes that staying alive is the only way Tobias can continue protecting the people he loves. Tobias believes exactly the opposite. To him, protecting those people means remaining beside them now, even if that shortens his life. He calmly declares, "I want to die next to the people I care about." Suddenly, the rescue mission becomes an ethical dilemma. Is forcing Tobias to live really an act of compassion if it destroys the life he has chosen for himself? What makes this scene especially powerful is Rafayel's response. He never argues with Tobias. He never insists Tobias is making the wrong decision. He never attempts to force him home. Instead, Rafayel listens. This silence reveals far more about Rafayel than pages of dialogue ever could. He understands Tobias because he recognizes the emotional truth behind the choice. Rather than measuring life by its length, both characters measure it by the people they choose to remain beside. Rafayel respects Tobias's autonomy even when that autonomy leads toward death. The action sequence involving wanderers reinforces this idea. Although wanderers appear to be the obvious external threat, they are not the story's real enemy. The true conflict is between control and freedom. Tobias's body is failing, machines activate, wanderers attack, and everyone around him panics. But Tobias himself remains calm. His decision has already been made. The physical battle simply mirrors the emotional battle that has already ended inside him. The emotional climax arrives during shared sentiment. Rather than unlocking the truth through deduction, MC reaches Tobias through empathy. Protection becomes the shared language connecting Tobias, Elu, MC, and Rafayel. Tobias finally opens up because he realizes they understand what he is trying to protect rather than merely trying to change his mind. The story suggests that genuine understanding comes through emotional alignment rather than investigation alone. Even Rafayel's heartbeat synchronization with MC emphasizes that truth is experienced through shared feeling, not simply discovered through evidence. The branching endings reinforce this philosophy. Closer to the truth is not the ending where Tobias survives. It is the ending where MC learns to accept Tobias's decision. The truth is not Tobias's location, but his reason for disappearing. The player finally realizes that respecting another person's choice can sometimes be the greatest form of compassion. By contrast, questions lingering like mist leaves uncertainty behind. There is no perfectly satisfying resolution because stories about life and death rarely provide one. Instead, the ending asks players to continue wrestling with the difficult question of whether helping someone always means changing their fate. Also, looking at the story as a whole, the story quietly develops Rafayel's worldview. Throughout the case, Rafayel consistently demonstrates that he values understanding above control. He believes people deserve the freedom to choose, even when those choices are painful. This philosophy becomes one of the defining aspects of his character throughout all of his stories. And that's why I believe Find Tobias was never really a story about solving a case. It was a story about understanding another person's heart. Tobias teaches MC and us that sometimes love isn't forcing someone to stay. Sometimes it's respecting the choices they make, even when those choices are painful. I'd love to know what you all think. Do you think Tobias made the right decision? Did this story change the way you see your lad? And do you think Find Tobias was secretly foreshadowing your lad's own journey? If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more love and deep space lore, theories, and full story breakdowns, don't forget to like, comment, follow, and share this video. It really helps the channel grow, and I love reading all of your theories in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Love and Deep Space Deep Dive.